In the menu to the left, select Test and Quizzes. Make sure your test and quizzes is in a draft format. Select Actions. Select Settings. Select About this assessment. Here you can add a description to the test and quizzes, as well as add additional attachments. You can ask the students to submit an honor pledge. Select Security and Proctoring. Here you can input an IP address of a specific lab to limit access for the test. Select Availability and Submissions. Select who can access this assessment, or each members of selected groups. If you select a group, in this drop-down you can select the specific groups. You can allow unlimited submissions to the test, or you can limit submissions to whatever number of tries you choose. Select a start date and time. As well as a due date and time. Here you can select whether the test is due on the due date, or you can allow for late submissions. If you allow for late submissions, select the date and time for the late submissions. You can then select whether the test is timed or not. If yes, set a time limit to the test. Select whether you want to enable auto-submit. Select relevant notification emails. Select exceptions to availability dates and time limit. Here you can add an exception for a user, and you can select the user in this drop-down. Or you can select an exception for a group, and select the group in this drop-down. Select the start date and time. As well as an end date and a time. Select the time limit for your test. Select the date and time for late submissions. Click on Add New Exception. Select Grading and Feedback. Select which scores to record. Select Add Grades to Gradebook. Select the Gradebook category in the drop-down menu. To allocate marks to each assessment, select Relevant Feedback option. Select feedback option that will be displayed to students. Select what type of feedback will be shown. Select Layout and Appearance. Select the first option, Flexible Navigation. This allows you to go back to a previous question. Under Question Layout, select the first option. You have the option of adding checkboxes for students. Under Numbering for assessments, choose the first option. Under Question Scores, choose the first option. Select Linear Navigation. This does not allow you to go back to a previous question. Under Numbering for assessments, select the first option. Under Question Scores, select the first option. When done, click on Save. Click on Actions and then Publish.